Hey y'all, I'm James Wright and welcome back to Wood by Wright. Today we're going to be talking about this beauty which I just picked up. This is a fun piece of history that I want to show. It is a hand-powered scroll saw. So you can see how this will run the bit up and down, so just like a regular scroll saw. But the history behind this is one of the very first tools made by the American Tool Company, what became the American Delta Tool Company, which became the Delta Tool Company. So all of the Delta woodworking tools started with this. So these were actually made in Milwaukee, basically in the guy's backyard, and there's a fun piece of history. So I want to take you through how exactly this works and some of the fun about this and share a little bit about what is the fun of this beautiful old saw. Now this particular model has a V-groove in here, so if I wanted to, I could put a small belt on there and run it off of a motor rather than cranking it. But it doesn't take that much to crank, it's just it goes a little bit slower. If you put a motor on there, you can make it go a little bit faster. The mechanism on this is rather ingenious. As you move the handle around, you can see how the arm will go up and down and just merely slide on that slide. Very little in the way of moving, and with a little bit of oil, it actually runs incredibly well. And yeah, it's very simple, very ingenious, and I love how this design actually all comes together. It also has included this hold down arm, so you can adjust it for different thicknesses of material. So if you're working with thin jewelry type items, you can make it really thin. And I like to push it down a little ways until it's touching the wood that I'm working with. That way, when I pull the wood out, it goes down just a hair. So you can kind of pick it up and tuck it in, and it holds it in place really nicely, so you can do your work without the problem of it catching and pulling up on you. Now it has a lot of different adjustability. Here you can actually move the whole frame in and out. You can move the whole structure up and down. And so the whole thing can come apart with just a few screws. There are no rivets holding any of this together. It's all held together just with screws. So it's really nice. If you need to restore it, you can take it all apart and work on the pieces. The base also has these slots down here so you can bolt it down to a surface. That makes it pretty easy because the whole thing will move around on you as you are working it. So rather than actually drilling some screws into my bench top, what I'll do is I'll just take it over here, put it in the vise, and this will allow me to lock it down on, and then we can go to town from there. Then for the general use, it's pretty easy. Just go to town. It is a little bit like patting your head and rubbing your belly at the same time, in that you have one hand cranking and the other hand focusing on cutting. Once you get it down, it goes pretty quickly. And it allows you to get fairly well detailed, especially with a dull old blade like this. I haven't replaced the blade on this in a while. But the cut is relatively clean and smooth as the whole frame is moving vertical. You'll get a really nice, perfectly vertical cut all the way down. So there you have it. This is a fun tool from the 1920s, originally patented in 1923. And yeah, the original Delta saw. So this is the beginning of the Delta Tool Company, originally the American Tool Company. So this is just a lot of fun to play with, and it's fairly fascinating how they can move this rotational force into a perfectly vertical up and down. There isn't any rotation to the blade, so you can get a really nice clean cut. And you'll probably see this popping out from time to time in my shop because it is a lot of fun, as you can see. So I hope you liked this video. If you did, please let me know down below. Also, let me know if you have any other ideas or things you'd like to see. I'd love to hear about that. If you did like the video, please hit like, comment, share, subscribe, ring the bell. You know, all those fun things that really do mean a lot to the channel, and thank you for that. So I think that's about it for today. And until next time, have a wonderful day. So I was at a fair the other day, and there was a character artist there drawing faces and things like that, and then suddenly out of nowhere the police came up and arrested him. And I thought that was about right. He did seem like a sketchy fellow.